Folks, do you miss LeBron? Well, don't worry. The Rizzo Show starts right now.
The Hard Rock Rocksino Northfield Park presents The Rizzo Show. And now your host, Tony Rizzo.
The reason must be. Hello, we're back from summer vacation, everybody. Hey now. Right?
I hope they missed us. Did you miss us?
No, they didn't even know we were gone.
Nope, doesn't matter.
Folks, welcome to the All-Star Break edition of the Rizzo Show. My co-host is Mike Polk Jr. Michael, how have you been? We've been off for weeks.
I've been dynamite, enjoying this beautiful Cleveland summer, making the most of things, whatnot, street fairs and festivals and concerts.
Can you believe where we are, though, Mike? It's 4th of July is in the rearview mirror.
I know.
And it's All-Star Week at the break. So what did we learn about our Indians in the first half? Here's what I learned. Ready? We're pretty good, but our division's really bad, and that's really good.
I know, I appreciate that, too. I wish the rest of the American League had fallen into line.
Some headlines. Ramirez is red hot. Andrew, where are you? Andrew Miller's injury. Can we count on Kluber? Bieber fever?
Yeah.
Shane Bieber, folks, right now is 5-1 as your rookie starter. And I got to tell you, Michael, he has been a big surprise, and we have needed him.
We have. I mean, we had, and obviously we got some issues still with our pitching, and particularly the middle relief. And you got Tomlin not working out the way that we wanted it to.
Yeah.
And so it's somebody that we absolutely needed right then. And it's amazing where these guys come from every year.
Yeah.
You know?
Michael, I think the biggest takeaway for me, though, biggest disappointment has been Andrew Miller. Folks, remember when we got Andrew Miller, the magic that happened in the playoffs? Remember that whole rotation of him and Cody and the whole crew? Look, it's supposed to be happening right now, and it's not. He's been on the disabled list since May 26th. And boy, does the bullpen miss him. He is recovering from, now, Michael, knee inflammation. That must be a hell of an inflamed knee.
He's a tall guy, I guess. No, I know. It's been disappointing. Last year, he was just so automatic, or the year before that, I should say, where no one wanted to face that guy 2 years ago. Do you remember that? He was so automatic. And here's the good news. I mean, apparently he's coming back, and they say that he's improving very well. He's been pitching a lot lately, and we've got him coming back. Now, if they can go, they have to go and make a move in middle relief, don't they?
They have to, absolutely, because the Indians are not going to be the Indians unless that middle relief is fixed. Folks, we're built on pitching. What did we learn this weekend with the Yankees coming to town? They're bombers. They're going to set a record for home runs. If the Indians are going back to the World Series, they've got to do it with pitching, and that's Andrew Miller. Michael, what about for you? What is the biggest disappointment of the first half?
Looking down, I referenced it a second ago. We are killing it in our division, obviously, mostly because in the Valley of the Blind, the one-eyed man is king, as they say. But I hate looking forward towards, we're going to have to go through one of these teams.
In Houston, the Valley of the Blind.
Sorry, the Valley of the Blind, the one-eyed man is king.
That's true. That's from a book, right?
I don't know. Probably Solomon or something like that. But I'm not looking forward to facing either Houston or Boston at some point, which is what we're going to have to do. And I am convinced that whoever wins the American League is going to end up winning the World Series based on what I've seen. And I know it's an any given Sunday kind of thing. We saw that last year in a game playoff with the Yankees.
Right.
Anything can happen. We were supposed to win that series, and hopefully something like that will happen. But I'm terrified of both of those teams.
Michael, you should be, because honestly, right now, I'm going to admit they're better than us.
Yeah.
They are. The Indians aren't as good as the Astros, the Red Sox. I don't even think they're really as good as the Yankees, but they've got a chance. Let's see what moves they make before the trade deadline. And with their pitching staff, they're always going to be in games. The division's terrible, so you got to pass to the playoffs. That doesn't guarantee you anything, but all you want is a look at it. So if we can get a look at it, we need a couple of things to go our way this time.
Exactly. And the good news is, I think you're right there. The good news is this team isn't as good as they haven't been playing as good as they are.
Right.
The Indians haven't. They have a lot of room for improvement. I mean, I don't know how much more room for improvement Houston has, because they look sick right now. So if they make the right move in the middle relief, which I think they're going to feel compelled to do, because especially with the way this ended. They had to watch how this going into the All-Star break ended and how middle really collapsed and collapsed and collapsed. They can't just sit there. They've got to make a move.
Don't peak too soon.
Exactly.
I could argue the Indians last year with that 20-game win streak or whatever it was peaked too soon.
But everyone won all those windows, so it was worth it, right?
It was kind of
Who needs the World Series?
Mike, one other source of trouble has been the bottom of the Indians' order. Tito had to get some help for Yan Gomes, so they moved Kipnis down there. He has been just so-so. Michael, he's hitting 200, just above 200 with 9 home runs. I don't know whether it's injuries or a slump, or maybe this guy's just done.
He can't. He's still pretty young. I know that. I understand the concern. Tito is loyal to a fault with these guys a lot of times.
It's worked for him, though.
It has, and it pays off more than it doesn't, obviously. Josh Tomlin's another perfect example of somebody who he's very loyal to because he's been there for him in the past. Kipnis has been there in the past. He used to be a leader of this ball club, and I think he's still just hoping he's going to turn that corner. And he had a decent last month. He batted like 300 in June going into July, I believe.
Right.
So.
Well, Kip's not an all-star, but boy, a lot of the Indians are well represented in Washington, nation's capital. That's where the all-star game is. You can watch it right here on Fox, by the way. The Indians have tied the Astros for the most players in the all-star game. How about Yan Gomes?
Yeah, snuck in
is the
there.
latest all-star, finding
great.
out last night. Are you surprised we have 6 all-stars but only 50-some wins?
I think it's a real testament to this team, and maybe we do have these all-stars, but then there's a steep drop-off, and that's what I'm seeing there. Because some of these other teams that have better records obviously don't have as many players as Houston does, but we've got a lot of talent at the top of our lineup, and then it gets a little shaky towards the bottom.
Well, the Indians, let's take a look at their all-stars. Of course, Trevor Bauer is having a phenomenal year. He was selected to replace Justin Verlander. You ready for this? My guys in the afternoon, the next level on ESPN Radio here in Cleveland, they had a poll up, who's your favorite Indian? And they had Lindor and Ramirez. They didn't have Trevor Bauer. Trevor Bauer tweeted at them and said, Trevor Bauer.
Yes. Yeah, he is not ashamed.
That great?
He is not ashamed to do stuff like that.
What we do is alphabetical order. There we go. Michael Brantley is the Indians. What a great season he is.
Quietly a great season.
First all-star outfielder since Grady Sizemore.
Do you remember with him at the beginning of the season we were saying how he comes back will determine how the Indians are going to play largely, and we've been right, and he's just been quietly great.
Yeah, Grady was a 3-time all-star. Brantley is a 3-time all-star. Kluber's third all-star game. First Indians pitcher since Doug Jones to make consecutive trips. Of course, he won't go. He got a shot in his knee.
Right.
He's gonna. I guess
Should
that's
I be
been
worried
bothering
about that?
him. No, not yet. But he has not looked like himself in his past 2 starts. Frankie is going for the 3rd time. He's the first shortstop in Major League history to enter the break with at least 50 extra base hits and 75 runs. That is amazing.
Yes.
And this will be Jose's 2nd trip to the. What a season! MVP candidate.
Killing it.
Jose Ramirez is having right now at 3rd base. He'll be your starter. He is consecutive all-star games. It was Al Rosen back in 53 and 54. You remember Al?
Oh, of course. Good old Al.
People always go, yeah, did you go to the games? No, I'm not that old, folks. Okay, Mike, out of those 5 guys, I think Jose Ramirez is the most important player on this list. Look, I know Frankie Lindor is great. Kluber and the pitching staff has been great. But I got to say, who in the world thought this kid was going to do this? I talked to people in Akron when he played for the Rubber Ducks.
Right.
He was just another player. He's leading the league in home runs.
It's insane.
Good news, by the way. He will not participate in the home run derby, which I promise you screws up everybody's swing for the second half of the season. I go back to Jim Thome when that happened.
No, I'm glad that he did that too. My guy, it's almost impossible to pick out of these all-stars and everybody. You could go Terry Francona, who's got like the best record in baseball since 2013, and he came here. You could go with Jose Ramirez, Kluber, any of those guys, but I've still got to go with Francisco Lindor. I think he's the heartbeat of the team. His numbers are there, obviously. He's hitting for power this year, and just I remember him hitting a slump earlier in the season, and people were wondering if he was going to get down on himself a little bit. He never gets down on himself. This guy, I don't know how he rises above it, but he has become, it's been interesting watching him go from being a kid to becoming a veteran on this team and a leader on this team, and he's been doing great.
And before everybody starts getting on Tito for whatever blunder he made last year, I'm going to use this line. Earl Weaver said one time, who was a great manager for the Orioles back in the day, he goes, I'll win you 3 games, I'll lose you 3 games. The rest is up to the players. What, you think you can find somebody better than Terry Francona? Can't believe all the criticism. Yeah, he made a mistake.
Right.
I know he's human. This just in, the guy is human.
Right.
Leave him alone. He'll get us back to the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's
be fine.
right. Well, the All-Star Game is Tuesday night, Michael, right here on your favorite station, Fox 8. Remember, next year's game is here in Cleveland. Do you already have your tickets?
I'm all over it.
Sure you do. Coming up, the Indians and their bullpen blues. Will they pull the trigger on a trade? We've got the very latest, and I guess there's a guy in Baltimore they're looking at. Stay with us.
What? I'll tell you what.
Hey now! Welcome back, everybody. It's the Rizzo Show with Mike Polk Jr. and your Indians bullpen, the Achilles heel of this team.
True.
Michael, it was the strength of the team 2 years ago,
Right.
and now it's come full circle. They lost Brian Shaw and Joe Smith, and boy, they haven't been able to replace them yet.
They ate up a lot of innings, and people they gave, especially obviously Shaw, they gave Shaw a lot of heat when he was here, and he's not pitching great. From what
you miss him now?
Yeah, exactly. And that was one of those moves that I was saying that then, and I think a lot of people were who knew a little. I mean, I don't pretend to know all that much about baseball.
We know a little about
but
baseball.
I do know that it's important to have those guys, even if their ERs are a little gaudier than you'd like them to be. ERAs are a little gaudier than you'd like them to be. Like Shaw was an important part of this team, and they still haven't replaced that.
Otero and Zach McAllister haven't done the job.
Right.
They can be better, and the Indians need them to be better. Speaking of bad, what are we going to do with Josh Tomlin, folks? Since coming out of the starting rotation, he's had a rough schedule. 6.98 ERA this season. In his last outing, he lasted 3 innings, gave up 5 runs. Bullpen, starter, it doesn't matter where he's pitching right now, Michael. He's not pitching well.
He keeps, and Tito, who again, he's very loyal, he keeps putting him on the DL.
Is he too loyal?
I don't think so. I would have to see him blow some more opportunities and some things not work out that Tito tries before we can start throwing those stones. And Tito's pretty much a made man as far as I'm concerned. He's done his thing around town. But it is hard to watch Tomlin, who the little cowboy, because he's got the right attitude and you root for that kid. Everybody roots for him. It's not like everybody's against this dude and you want him to figure out what to do with him. But where's his head at right now when they pull him from being a starter and then they put him in middle relief and then they send him down to DL? Where's his head at right now is my question.
That's a good point. Michael, the Indians have to make a trade. Just a matter of who they're going to trade for. The deadline is 3 weeks away. It's been reported the Indians are interested in righty reliever Michael Givens. He can pitch multiple innings, has a couple of years left on his contract. Sounds like maybe this year's version of Andrew Miller, who we traded for in 2016. Even if they get some bullpen help, do you see the Indians going deep in the postseason? You just said you were worried about the Stros and the Red Sox.
I am concerned about that. But you're right. It will depend on what they do with middle relief here. And I want to see if the Indians are going to open up their pocketbook at this point. And they're in a position where they're going to have a lot of fans. And I know they make smart moves.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Can I say this? I know they need to do it. And listen, I'm not going to rag on the Dolans right now.
No.
They've had a competitive ball club where the Yankees' payroll is 15 times yours. I give them a lot of credit. But it's been 70 years.
Yep.
We're all not getting any younger.
No.
I hope that Larry and Paul and the Dolan family realize that, and I hope they go all out to win it now. We've got to do it. Look, Cavs did it in 2016. How did it turn out?
Absolutely.
Right.
And do you think there's enough pressure right now on them to make a big move like
there's a lot of pressure on
Yeah.
them right now, and I'm sure they're weighing their options, but I say let's go for it.
I agree.
Stay tuned because, Mike, where were you? You were out and about.
I was all around Cleveland celebrating the delicious drink that is Leinenkugel Summer Shandy, and I can't wait to show you some of the footage.
Is that Tito?
That's the Tito.
Stay with us. Welcome back to the Rizzo Show. Michael, is there anything better than watching the Tribe and enjoying a summer shandy?
Nothing I can think of, but I also enjoy shandy all around the greater Cleveland area throughout this entire beautiful Cleveland summer. I've been hitting some of the hot spots where people enjoy Leinenkugel, including Westlake Paninis. Let's take a look. Would you be kind enough to introduce yourself to folks?
Yeah, my name's Nicole DeSanto, and I work here at Panini's. I'm a bartender a couple nights a week.
This is crazy. It's a Thursday night, and there's a ton of people here.
We have volleyball Sunday through Thursday. Thursday is our biggest volleyball night, so it's very busy.
Do you have to sign up? You have to be in a league, or can you just go play?
We do have leagues, so you can register at Hermes, Cleveland, and those, like I said, are Sunday through Thursday night. And then we also have Fridays and Saturday nights are pretty open, so you can come and play.
So people can just come and hang out and play, even if they're not in a league or something.
Right.
All you have to do is answer 2 out of 3 Cleveland sports questions correctly. Are you good at Cleveland sports trivia?
I'm pretty good. I'm actually from Pittsburgh originally.
Oh, no!
But I moved here when I was 5, so.
All-time leader in Cavaliers three-point percentage. Who is it for a season?
Mark Price.
You agree?
Mark Price.
It's actually Steve Kerr.
It was. Yeah, I knew it was a trick question.
It was. Well, I mean, it was just the truth.
Right, I get it.
Still a trick. Who was the first Indian to hit 50 home runs in a season?
Jimmy,
Are you having a stroke right now? Yeah, put your smart glasses on.
Jimmy.
Jim told me, you
Jim
idiot.
told me, you idiot.
Hey! Nope, that's not right. It's actually Albert Fell. But You guys,
Well, that was my next guess.
even cheating, you guys are losing. The Cavs have had 6 #1 draft picks through history. Can you name 2 of them?
LeBron James.
That's 1. There are 5
Kyrie
more.
Irving.
Kyrie Irving's 2. Congratulations. For anyone who's wondering, the other ones are Brad Doherty, Andrew Wiggins, Austin Carr, Mr. Cavalier, and then, of course, Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
Okay. In 1994, the Browns scored the first ever one of these.
That was the year I was born.
Wow.
I'm gonna give a wild guess.
Uh-huh.
A safety.
Very good guess, but you're wrong. It's the 2-point conversion.
Still
but
2 points.
2 points is 2 points, so I'm going to give it to you. Cleveland is home to the oldest existing ballpark.
League Park.
Very good, League Park.
Yeah!
Coming through.
That's how we come through. We're
You guys,
We're the team.
that was it. You guys are getting way too excited over some beer koozies. In 1920, Indian shortstop Ray Chapman became the only player in Major League Baseball history to do this. What was it? Hey, watch.
Triple.
Look.
Strike out.
Died! He died! You're right!
Yeah, he died.
He died. He got hit by a pitch and died, which is sad.
Well, I meant that.
We don't celebrate it, but you implied
Strike
it.
out.
Yeah, you said
Yeah.
strike. Out of life.
Yes.
You win the beer koozie. You win the No, hey, ladies. There's enough Leinenkugel swag for everyone.
Wow.
That was fun.
Everybody was having fun at Panini.
They sure were. That was a fun day. That was like in the middle of the week, too.
Wow.
That was a lot of fun. I also headed out to Progressive Field where I met up with one of the Leinenkugel's owners, John Leinenkugel. Check this out.
Wow.
I'm John Leinenkugel from the Jacob Leinenkugel Brewing Company, 151 years old, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, 1867, which makes us 151 years old, the 7th oldest continuous operating brewery in the United States, and this is my first time with Mr. Mike Polk here in Cleveland.
And it's your first time in Cleveland, Ohio?
Yeah, first time in Cleveland.
What do you think of the city so far?
I think it rocks.
Do you really?
I think
Are you pandering to us?
I'm not pandering. I don't pander. I only drink Leinenkugel's beer.
They actually won an award for selling more Leinenkugel at one stadium than any other place in America. We
Wow.
beat everybody, and that's pretty amazing. That means we're drinking a lot of shandy, Cleveland.
Well, we have the setup for it. You know, I was at Progressive Field for Father's Day with my kids, and we had an absolute blast. What a beautiful ballpark
Yeah,
that is.
it
You
is.
know,
You forget
20
it. You
years
take it for
old,
granted.
25 years old, you'd never know it.
No, you
you
wouldn't.
know,
You
it
wouldn't.
looks brand new. Michael, you are the man about town, but I know where you're going to be in August. It's our favorite spot. Folks, look at this. Get your tickets now. It usually sells out. I'm not kidding. August 17th and 18th. Michael, are you doing 2 shows a night?
I am. We're doing 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. at the Roxy.
And who's with you?
That's my good friend Josh Volchko. You guys are going to enjoy him. He's very fun.
Nice. And I always say this, and it's not patronizing, just like the Leinenkugel guy. I'm not patronizing you. You are great in person. You are great on stage. You're great on this show, but if you haven't seen Mike's act, you've got to go and see it. And the Roxino is the best place. All right, for what's happening in the Roxino, like there's really anything else. Let's check it out.
Hey guys, it's Mandy, and this is what's up at the Roxino. Hey now, you're a rock star. Get your game on. Come play our $200,000 Roxino-opoly. July 1st through July 28th, play with your Rockstar Rewards card to earn entries every day to win a new VW Beetle, $5,000 cash, $5,000 free play, and more each week. Drawings are held every hour from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. each Saturday. Treat yourself to an amazing 4-course meal special in Kozar's wood-fired grill, and delight in the Kozar's Happy Hour every Sunday through Thursday, featuring delicious bites from the exclusive Happy Hour menu. Welcome back Cleveland's own Emmy Award winner Arsenio Hall when he brings his Off the Hook comedy tour to Hard Rock Live on August 4th. Don't miss the hilarious Julie Scoggins live in Club Velvet on Friday and Saturday, July 27th and 28th. Find your rhythm at Hard Rock Roxino Northfield Park. Vegas Experience, Ohio address.
Don't forget, stay tuned. Our good friends Big Chuck and Lil Jon are coming up next. Michael, time to open up the Rizzy Vault because we are All-Star break. Okay, the All-Star game is this week. Who could ever forget the greatest All-Star game of all time? 1997. Jacobs Field, and it was quite the night for Santos Alimar.
Into left center field, hometown hero, goodbye.
Tendy! Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. I can't believe it's been 20 years.
It's so weird seeing all these dudes and thinking about, like, that was just Mark McGuire.
My God, I was there that night. I
Yeah.
was covering, I worked at Channel 8 that night.
I was watching that in a condo at Kent State University.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a magical night. Folks, we get the All-Star game. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
That's
it's
going to
gonna
be
be great.
so great for the city.
Yeah, I remember that vibe. I hope we can recapture that.
All right, don't forget, get your tickets for Michael at the Roxino. Back from summer vacation. We're here. Browns are coming up, kids. Get
Right
ready.
around the corner.
Get ready. Good to be alive. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.